More agents, more possibilities. I'm Ryan Dennis, head of marketing at OpenServ, as always, joined by the incredible inventor, amazing CTO, and incredible entrepreneur, Arman Amjalar. Thank you so much for joining us, Arman. How you doing?
Very good, Ryan. Thank you very much. Is this more popular than Star Wars Episode 6? I hope it's gonna
Yes,
be.
it is. It is. You're basically, I'll be the Spock and you can be the captain. I guess the agents are the Spock, right? That's the whole point. But
It's
yeah,
crazy. We've been doing this for the sixth time, um, and I'm very excited to show what's next. And we have so many more things to come. I'm always like looking forward to the next episode, like episode 7, 8, and 9, as we're churning out a lot of agents, a lot of possibilities, a lot of new ways of building stuff. I'm gonna demo a couple of things. We had topics to discuss from last week, so I'm ready. Let's go.
yes, yes. Last week, I think we dropped the gloves. We got to real scrapping with Agent Kit and with some bare knuckle fighting, and I think we came out on top. I think it's pretty obvious if you watch the 2 hour episode or even the clips that we put out on our blog. Make sure you check out our X channel where we dropped a blog on the last week's episode if you missed it. But it was 2 hours of us showing platform V1 that just launched on OpenServe for the first time. We ran 6 demos. Okay, 6. We built entire products in real time. You saw Armand live prompting, one-shotting a prompt and creating a product immediately. A workflow with real agents reasoning, collaborating, working together, not asking us permission, but just delivering results. And we even stacked it side by side against what would happen if we built the same exact thing with OpenAI's Agent Kit. And 2 hours later, it was clear that automation is old news. We sort of passed the automation phase as a company already, and real autonomy is here. So today, I think we're picking up right where we left off. New data, new papers, and a preview of something that's going to shake the ecosystem. Armand, so before we dive into the new agents, we've got some updates. Everyone has been hearing about, some teasing about what we're doing around OpenServe. We are the only automation tool for AI that has Web3 connectivity in the world, and I also think we have the best tech for AI automation in the world. But what do the people been dying to hear this Friday afternoon?
Ha! Where should we start? Maybe we can start with an update on the Braid paper. How about that?
Yeah.
This is I told everyone earlier, this is practically the work of my life. And you might be asking, who are you? But then please Google or ask Perplexity.
Google me.
Yeah. So I wrote my last paper 15 years ago, and I've been dying to write another one, but I've been always working on papers that take whatever I'm working on forward by decades. And I guess like if you read my last paper from 15 years ago, the industry is now catching up in the last couple of years. So it was like almost a decade or two ahead of its time. And this is what we're trying to do with Braid as well. Maybe the AI space is moving much faster. Obviously, there are trillions of dollars at play versus brain signals processing. No one was doing it back then as a company, and now there's Neuralink and maybe a couple of other companies. So maybe the industry is moving faster, but what we are working on is practically a game changer, something that really takes the notion of AI reasoning and gives it a thorough shake and kicks some sense into it, and then empower agents with it. So it's a big work, and it's a hefty work. And the team size, right? We're what, like 8, 9 engineers or so, and it's obviously with Dr. Ayub's immense contributions. We're working on the platform V1, we're working on the paper, and it's taking a little bit longer than I personally expected, because I want to do a good job. When my name's out there on a paper, I want that paper to be a banger, to bring in real attention to what we're doing.
Yeah.
So now I have something to show you about the paper, and then maybe we can keep talking about it. I don't know which episode it was. Was it the first episode? Sorry, or the second one that we talked about the benchmarks? Do you remember?
I think it was benchmarks in episode 2. I'll let the audience tell us. They'll always correct us if we're wrong about any
Yeah.
minute detail. So
Ooh, there's also chat. So let me share my screen because it's something to share.
I got goosebumps over here. Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
All right, you see this. So what you're looking at is our recent benchmarking tool. I'm hoping that it's going to be at least a standard inside OpenServ and maybe extend. And that's why today we're making it public. I think the URL isn't showing up there, but it's available at benchmark.openserv.ai. And in this giant application, if it works for your browser, because we have 500 megabytes of data, in this URL, you're going to see our entire internal benchmark, and you can play with it. Previously, we showed you this diagram, this chart, where Braid is basically making the regular GPT-5 much better, taking its performance from 57% to 65%. And then we showed you a bunch of other charts. I'm not going to go into too much detail. There's a lot to unpack here, but we poured in a lot of hard work into this. It's an interactive demo that you can play with, that you can see different combinations of models performing at different rates. For example, combining GPT-5 medium with GPT-5 mini high gives you the best accuracy in this benchmark, and like versus the baseline GPT-5. So there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to look at, but this basically forms the basis of our research. Obviously, internally, we have more benchmarks and more models. Over time, we're going to also open them up so you can all see and play with them. I'm not sure if any other companies are opening up their benchmarks. Like they only just show them in the demos. But, we love transparency. We love building things out in the open. And we love to back our claims with data. So one benchmark that we're talking about was performance per dollar. And you're going to see multiple visualizations of performance per dollar, where you see certain combinations outperforming the baseline 40 times to 1 or 39.04 times to 1.
Wow.
Or better yet, 109 times to 1, depending on how you look at it, where the baseline, I marked it in, just to find it, I marked them in red, where the baseline is 1. So you can see different combinations outperforming the baseline in different scenarios. What happens when you work with Braid? So one last thing, at the bottom are the model combinations and their answers and their accuracies. So you can basically see all of the questions in the benchmark.
Wow.
What the regular output was, and why it's correct, and how it's correct, and the workflow behind it. So there's a lot of curiosity here that we are, I know this is very tiny, but the curious mind will know how to enlarge it. So there's a lot to unpack here. We don't have the time for it. We're going to move on to platform demos. But this is live right now at benchmark.openserv.ai. And we're going to be adding more to this benchmark and updating it over the coming days and weeks. Having said that, someone actually wrote on Telegram chat saying writing an academic paper is really tough. It is extremely tough. And we're trying to do a very good job. An indisputable, data-backed, open, good job, which is not always the case with many other companies. Like, these are not claims, these are backed by data. And you can actually download the data and just play with it and find your own conclusions, find your own charts and graphs. And maybe in the future we might open source the benchmark code as well, so that other people can reproduce the results here. We're going to have a couple more lectures and streams on how to use Braid effectively as we launch the paper. There's going to be a lot of fanfare about it, a lot of activities that we're going to do. But this is one of the first steps. So with that, I know everyone is waiting for the Braid paper. I'm also waiting for it. I've been waiting for it. I've been working on it for a very long time. It's coming. We're actively working on it really hard. But also, I think it's like academic research is different than industrial research, because Braid is already live in production. We're using it on the platform, right? So industrial research acts way faster. The recent papers that we're seeing are using GPT-4 as a benchmark, or GPT 4.1 as a benchmark that came out last year, and not GPT-5. And here, the majority of the focus is on GPT-5. We just have GPT-4 as a comparison. So this thing takes a long time, and it takes way longer than building a product. And the platform, it's out there on the date of its announcement, or when we said we would deliver it. But the paper is taking a little bit longer, and that's the reality of the situation, and we're working on it. But in the meantime, we can all share the beauty, the benchmarks, the updates, the data that's backing it up. And yeah, it's going to be there when it's going to be there. And it's going to be awesome when it's going to be there. So that's all I'd love to share. Obviously, I understand the sentiment and I share them, because I'm also, you wouldn't believe, an investor in OpenServ. But yeah, this is
wow.
This is
hey,
where we
share
are.
some of that equity over here with the rest of us. Okay, don't keep it all to yourself. Goodness gracious. I wonder, how many projects in AI, and I'm serious about this, from LLM wrappers or SaaS companies that are just starting out, to Google and Microsoft with OpenAI, how many of them open up their benchmarks to their audience? Go ask Elon Musk if you can see the back end of the benchmarking that they're using for Grok. Go ask them. Go at them on X right now. Go send them an email. Write them a letter, and you will be met with silence. But you can go right now to benchmarks.openai, openserv.ai, and you will find your answer to your questions about Braid and what kind of reasoning success we've experienced in early tests. You can check it out yourself. You can peruse it. You can also scrape the page and put it in your favorite LLM, and which we know you will, and check it out yourself and vet us and let us know if what we're doing is singular in the industry or not. I believe no one else has it. So yeah, and let me slow this down for everybody who's watching. What you just saw is the difference between talking about AI and measuring intelligence itself, right? Because this benchmark it's not a leaderboard. It's not like a scoreboard of like, hey, we've positioned ourselves to look better with these numbers. We've manicured them to make us look successful. No, it's a live, naked, raw window into how reasoning systems evolve. So if you wanted to see the back end of Braid, this is as much as I can see, as head of marketing at OpenServ. So when Armand says 109 times to 1, what that really means is that collaborative reasoning beats brute force compute, right? So one smart 18-year-old is going to run a lemonade stand better than a million 6-year-olds, as I like to say. So even though they would be much cuter to see the million 6-year-olds. But Braid is taking the same model you already know, GPT-5, right? You can check out Claude, Cursor, Perplexity, whatever your favorite AI tool, but you're going to get exponentially better results with OpenServ. So that's the foundation of everything we're going to show you today. And we've been showing you over the past 6 episodes, because what happens when you take the same coordination logic, that ability for models to think and plan and act together, and you actually plug it into the real world, that's what we're doing here. So last week we jumped into some updates from Platform V1, and I believe you have some more juice for us, some more agents. We titled this episode "More Agents, More Possibilities." So gotten some
Yeah.
updates. What are we going to see first here, and what can we tease? And if you need any context on the Web3 perspective, again, we're the only AI automation tool with Web3 connectivity. So if you're a DGen, if you're in the blockchain industry, if you love crypto, sorry, OpenAI said you're out. We don't care about you. And you're only going to find that kind of connectivity in the future for Web3, which we think is extremely important if you're being serious about where finance and every single industry is heading in the future.
I'm going to show you several agents that we have built just last week. But what is really interesting is the distribution of those agents. We showed a demo of Polymarket, and it was really wildly successful. I guess like that Sora video was just amazing. It's like brutally amazing. It's like really, really, really good. And I guess that took on. A lot of people just showed a lot more interest in Polymarket, and I was like, what's going on? What are we seeing here? And we basically saw the demand, and we decided to put a little bit of effort into it, like as much effort as you can in a given week. And we came up with several new agents that we're gonna work with today, that I'm going to demonstrate, that I'm going to share my screen in a bit. But I was like, what is this? Like, do we have a deal with Polymarket? Like, what's going on? It was crazy.
They should be reaching out to us shortly after they see this video. For those of you who are not familiar with Polymarket or prediction markets, I'll break it down simple and fast. So Kalshi and Polymarket are two of the top names, I think you could say, in prediction markets today. And if you don't know what prediction markets are, think about like real world events. Probably the most familiar live example you'd probably seen of it was during the last United States presidential election, where you saw these coins going head to head of Kamala versus Donald or Biden versus Trump, and which coin was represented by either that was going up in price. So basically, people are voting with coins, with tokens, to see who they think will be the real winner. So these Polymarket and Kalshi prediction markets have exploded in traditional finance as well as crypto, because Kalshi just had a valuation at $5 billion. You can check TechCrunch and Wall Street Journal. It just happened 7 days ago. So this doubled what their recent massive trading was. I think they had they doubled their AUM. So they have $50 billion annualized at the moment. Polymarket's at $8 to $10 billion, skyrocketing from $1 billion recently. So they're on the move. They're mooning themselves. But this is all fueled by crypto. And, you know, there's like $3 billion in election bets happening every single year. So from a Web3 perspective, Kalshi is sort of like a regulated crypto, global and stable, and Polymarket's like pure blockchain, fast and open. And AI is inevitably going to be connected to these systems, right? AI is going to connect to everything from restaurants to health insurance and everything in between. So AI being the game changer here, making these valuations pop, because this can actually steadily accelerate the speed of these prediction markets arising, right? So let's say you want to know, will it rain this weekend? Well, you can start a prediction market on that. You know, it's going to rain, it's going to snow, it's going to sleet, it's going to be nothing. And you can actually launch bets instantly. So you're betting on real life events. And this also is helpful for smarter risk management, because AI crunches data to set odds. And this is something it's really difficult to do if you're just a human doing the data yourself. But this can also help you with risk management for dodge losses, and it keeps the markets fair. So there's no human bias when you use a system like Braid for prediction market evaluation. And the third thing is, like, if you have your own trading desk, if you have your own prediction market terminal, if you love betting on anything, well, AI is definitely going to be your best friend here, right? Because it will suggest bets for you based on your style. It'll actually be able to scour the internet. And now our new agents, and maybe I'm burying a little bit of lead here, or uncovering it, but we can scrape X now, right? So you can actually have your agent tell you, hey, Ryan, there's a new bet you got to make this week, and it's going to make you millions. So dive into this. So again, you can only do this kind of on-chain action and connectivity with OpenServ, and you're going to see it right here, right now on Shadow Agents episode 6. Armand, what are we looking at here?
So, man, like every time you speak, I'm like listening to a sermon. I'm like, this guy should just talk. It's amazing to just listen to you. So thank you so much for the explanation. You're really elevating my mood, and I have to share this with the audience first. So what we're looking at here is a list of Polymarket agents that we have built in the past week. We're going to be using some of them in some of the many demos that we prepared today. But so first things first, I'm not sure if you knew this, but there's this Browse Agents tab in the platform that allows you to see all the agents that are actively usable, and you can search through them, and you can also see their details. I'm not sure you were aware of this before. You can add them to a workflow if you like, and there are even reviews about those things. So this is, people don't really know what's going to happen when they click, but it gives you details about those agents in more detail. Let's search for Polymarket agents. All right, so
Wow. Quite a few.
Yeah, we have quite a few of them. So you can you can fetch the current or historical market prices for any market in Polymarket. You can actually fetch order books for tokens, and you can even fetch and analyze P&L, profit and loss, for a given wallet address. It's crazy. It's like the things that you can do with these is crazy. You can get, again, historical order data and run detailed analysis and some maybe judgment and advice on Polymarket data as well. Now, these are agents that can give you an infinite number of possibilities. You can combine them in, thousands of different ways. If you remember from our previous episode, we had triggers like from Telegram, from Slack, from Google Drive. So you can build a bot, and maybe we will today. You can build a bot that listens to your Telegram messages and acts on those messages and work with these. You can build videos out of these. You can build podcasts out of these. So it's crazy. But there is one more agent that I'm going to show you, coupled with this in one of the workflows, in one of the demos. But yeah, we decided, why not make Polymarket and everything about it a core tenant of our platform by giving it like several new agents that can work with Polymarket data. And what I'm seeing is just massive.
Amazing. So anybody can go on right now, if you want to actually do this with us, go to platform.openserv.ai and click along with Armand and tell us if we're wrong. Tell us if you're not enjoying the same swift user experience and incredible reasoning as we go.
Yes. So shall we see a demo of
I
how
would love
these
to. I got my popcorn.
First, I'm going to show you my workflows. Here you can see I've built quite a few,
Wow.
just in preparation for this episode, plus the last episode. There are a lot of things. Oh, I'm very happy I didn't name this. This is some surprise, okay? I'm very happy that this isn't really named, but well, you see a lot of different
yeah,
a lot of different workflows that I built. Now, what we're working on, since it's been only a couple of days since we released these agents, these Polymarket agents, and the better project manager, I'm gonna try to one-shot something, and we're gonna see if it works. And if it doesn't, we're gonna also see how to work with it, how to fix it. So one area that we want to focus on is, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about that later when we get to Telegram bots, is obviously the platform offers you way more than one-shot prompts, right? This is just, it's very easy to demonstrate for marketing purposes on the stream. It's very easy, but then there are real builder workflows, because this is an end-to-end backend that you can use, that you can immediately build, especially Telegram bots. It's an end-to-end service. So there's like so many more things that you can do on the platform, and in this episode we're going to cover them a little bit. So here I have a prompt: research Arsenal's Premier League winning chances using the Caesar research agent, retrieve related trade history via the Polymarket order history agent, and generate a detailed market summary with the Polymarket data analysis agent. Now, basically what Ryan described. We're working with Polymarket, and one thing that we have added is Caesar, which is an amazing deep research agent API, and we already had a deep research agent, but Caesar is an addition, and this is also a demo of that. So let's see what's going to happen when I run this.
Beautiful, beautiful. And these are not, we're not going to see just data fetchers. Our agents actually have financial intuition. So they can be checking anything from order books to P&L across wallets, or traditional finance, news, and cross-referencing social sentiment on X and anywhere else to figure out why this specific prediction market is moving, not just how much, right? So we're gonna show you more than just a feed here. Every one of these agents can plug into our reasoning agent and a lot of information, and make it really easy to understand for you with very little slop, like you're used to expecting.
Yep. So I'm wondering if I should just go on and start another one.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. And I want to take this time to say, listen, we have the best community in the world. If you want to join our Telegram, we're talking about this 24/7 every day. And we're all enjoying the conversation and seeing live demos, sharing agents with each other. And there are so many demos being shared every day from our community, and they're absolutely insane. Use cases we never thought about. Unfortunately, our chat is not working on stream today. So please join our Telegram. Look for OpenServ AI, and you'll find us. And make sure you join the conversation live and direct. And here we go.
Let's see what we're looking at here. There's a manual trigger, obviously, to start it. Research Arsenal's Premier League winning chances. Caesar research. Polymarket order history. And data analysis agent. Just as I described, obviously. Which may or may not be so obvious to other platforms, but where we are, we're OpenServ. So let me run this. I just need to click this start. So this is happening live, and this is AI, right? Even though it's working with Braid in the backend, there's a lot of AI hallucination. There's a lot of weird behavior that we can see from AI. I'm not sure what we're going to see, but the platform yields amazing results so far, and that's how much I trust it.
And OpenServ we trust.
I didn't pray to the demo gods.
We talked about this last week. You just called Jesus. That's the one that worked on the demos last time. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of prep that goes into this, and I also wanted to know if there's anybody in the audience who has another agent that they want to share with us. Please feel free to message us on Telegram, and we'll try to get the feed there. So you can see the task logs live researching here. So this is thinking and reasoning, and we're getting the logs live, right? So if you're watching this and you're into DeFi or prediction markets or just data-driven trading, this is the part where it gets fun, because Armand's got a few of these wired up into live workflows, but your desk, your dashboard, whatever sort of systems you love to study, you can create your own agent that is basically a copy of you that works on the things that you want to research. So you can see what happens when you let AI do your own style of research. I know when I'm studying the market or a certain strategy I want to put together, I need a marketing agent that can help me and come up with ideas and how we want to launch things. And there's a very particular way that you like to study. You can do it and mirror it here on OpenServ.
Yep. And one thing, if the audience doesn't really know about Caesar, it's actually very, very good on Web3 related topics. So it's not like it's a couple of steps ahead of Perplexity in doing research with AI.
Wow,
and
big talk.
Also, yeah, it's actually pretty decent. So that's why we wanted to also add it to the platform, to give people another opportunity to do research. Now, by the way, in the background, obviously, I'm working on a couple of other demos to prepare, so that we don't really need to wait the initial couple of minutes. Hey, there's a look at that.
Oh, goodness. That's a lot of data.
This is really deep. 74 sources.
This is the most research anyone's done on Arsenal in history in this time frame. Manchester United, you need to watch out.
This is crazy, man. And let's see what the Polymarket agent is doing. See, like, I didn't really specify anything. It just decides to do
your prompt was
whatever it wants to do.
Your prompt was pretty vague. I mean, but it still got the context of it, and it's still staying pretty bounded in what it's supposed to be doing. So it's coordinating this sort of like a trading desk with personalities.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I'm going to take this time to give a shout out to the folks that are with us on the Telegram channel. Shout out to Caballero, IST, welcome. Marcel, hope you're doing well. Tim is excited for this episode, by the way. Ian said, "Babe, wake up! Shadow Agents episode 6 is on," with a meme of a couple cuddling while they're watching Shadow Agents, which is normal. Armand and I are used to seeing people, especially couples. They always watch Shadow Agents together. AI agents are very romantic, and you should be in love with them too. So tune in and subscribe, and follow OpenServ AI on X to show your love and your passion. And I'll stop there.
So the task here was to fetch the related trade history, and then to generate a report about it. And we have key metrics, buy versus sell activity, price analysis. I'm not actually 100% sure if we have the correct data here. Let me show you. This is the list of orders. Will Arsenal win the Premier League? You see a lot of like the price, shares, and everything, all the details in the workflow.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure if it translated into this report here. Might not have.
Well,
but that's why we have the data analysis assistant. So basically, oops, wait, I'm not. Okay. Basically, what we have here now is the Caesar research, the order history for Arsenal on Polymarket, all set up as files. And then maybe, I'm not sure if this is going to work. Let me try something, okay?
Yeah, take your time because this is a new, listen, Caesar is new. I mean, people, Caesar is not like a new research tool, in terms of like, it's been around for a couple of years. Like, I think they launched months ago, right? And already we have an agent attached to that. So the Parley Market Order History agent is literally going into live trade history for the Arsenal Premier League prediction market. It's pulling order flow and win probabilities and structured data like a professional analyst would. I'm not sure how many professional analysts do for betting on games, but if you are somebody who is really passionate about prediction markets, or you love sports or fantasy sports or anything like that, it's performing structured market analysis that you would see at any of the top Fortune 500 companies. So this is a human readable report, hopefully, that is created that would be built by agents that are coordinating across Braid and OpenServ, but also Caesar doing some deep research. And Polymarket is fetching the trades, and your agent can kind of summarize these patterns for you succinctly. And you can manipulate this any which way you want to. So for people who've traded before, whether it's your own superstitions, or if there's a crazy hunch you have, or there's a certain methodology that you use, this is like having your own desk that you don't have to work on. It will do it while you sleep, and it's telling you more than just prices. It's telling you why a certain price exists. It's giving you context. It's making conclusions for you. So now you're vibe trading and vibe betting, which is, what can you not vibe? Probably vibe house hunting, and all kinds of things are coming in the future. But
Vibe
this is
house hunting would be great.
HGTV. That's where we're headed.
So if you zoom out on the platform, the part that you missed is I was like talking to the Polymarket data analysis assistant.
Nice.
Which is something that can actually give you more. So, OpenServ is an end-to-end platform. So there is automation, there is autonomous behavior, but you can also talk to your agents. And here, I didn't want to create a task. I didn't want to rerun the task because I saw the output was generated, that long file that I showed you. And then I said, can you look at this entire file? Like I asked it to look at the data, and it said, here is an example. Like I took just two of them, and here's an example. And I said, well, look at the entire thing. And here is the entire analysis, which is crazy.
So, I mean, I'm just being honest here. If you're somebody who is really passionate about prediction markets and you have seen a comparable technology, I'd love to see it. Because the reports that I've been trying to produce with other kits out there have not have really not led to any results like this, and have been incredibly frustrating. This is something that I would definitely use if I was passionate about, prediction markets and betting, um, but not for just the reason that it's cool and fun to use. But who has time to study and research DeFi every single day, and just look at all the new coins, look at all the new prediction markets? You do not have time to even study the things that you're interested in these days, right? Life is moving so fast for all of us. So from my perspective, OpenServ is really answering the problem that we all have, which is the mortality of our own time in each moment that's passing by. And I'm not trying to get existential here, but this is giving you time. I mean, which is the most valuable resource. If you think that using a tool is about, convenience, you're right. That's why we have tools. If it's not making life more convenient for you, why are you loyal to it? Why would you use it? Right? There's a reason why there's a hammer and there's a screwdriver, right? They have different use cases. If you would like to actually improve your life and save yourself time, make your own agent workflow on OpenServe today. If you have any questions or problems you run into, ask us. We have a live team of people who are constantly helping out each other. We've had teams build several apps in hours, but with these agents that have been produced since our platform went live a week and a half ago, we've seen exponential growth of these agents. So the possibilities are literally endless. And your ideas, the things you're generally interested in, we're waiting for those agents to be made. Right now, I think the last time I checked, we had over anywhere from 600 to 2,400 agents being working or being manipulated at any given moment.
Yep. It's a huge list, and maybe one thing that we need to underline is there are public agents that everyone can use, but there are also private agents that people use only for themselves. So you can build an agent, you don't have to publish it. You can just keep using it privately. In fact, maybe if time allows, I'm going to show you a private agent that's very private, very, very private to me personally. And you can see how you can utilize the platform for more. So, okay, while you were talking, I displayed the one-shot prompt for this. I was saying, like, use the Polymarket order history agent for Trump and Zelensky meeting, and scrape some tweets from Twitter, and then merge them in a single report. So let's see if this is gonna work. It's very similar, very similar workflow, and you know, we have a lot of integrations here, a lot of triggers here that that one could use to trigger these workflows. You could practically run this every day with a cron trigger, or every hour, and get the results. Maybe to Telegram. There is a lot of stuff that you can do here. So let's see. We have Polymarket trades filling up. A lot of data. I love this, man. I just love data. Like, I'm not sure if it's because I'm an engineer or I became an engineer because I love data, but this is crazy. It's like, look at this. Will Trump say Ukraine or Ukrainian 10 times during events with the president of Ukraine?
Yes. This data is not, it sounds like a drinking game, right? Every time. But you can actually bet on these things and actually make real money. And this is a hype machine, right? Because the culture, you just look around the world, everybody is talking about prediction markets, and they're not just for quant bros anymore. They're the crystal ball everyone's staring into.
And look at all the market data that we're fetching here. Isn't it crazy? One of it, if you zoom out a little bit, it says, will Trump say please 8 times during events?
Whoa.
It's, will Trump say laggard during events? It's crazy.
Laggard.
What does it mean? What is laggard?
Like Agent Kit is a laggard to OpenServ's platform. I think is the best analogy I could come up with.
All right.
Yeah, I mean these apps are cultural oracles. I mean, like, and I really do mean oracles, because if you look back, obviously I'm not going to take a political stance here, but if you look at the way people have voted and bet with their crypto, has actually predicted a lot of recent elections, not just presidential elections, but smaller, more local ones, and different things happening across the world. So yes, from video game esports betting to Arsenal versus the rest of the Premier League, and obviously huge important geopolitical meetings like this. This is sort of getting ahead of. You can find out if Barbie 2 is going to flop, right? I mean, that's a big deal, right?
Wait, is there a Barbie 2 now?
I haven't heard about it. I'm just saying, the first Barbie, they put all the marketing in the world behind it. So how can they beat it, right? But this is blurring the lines between finance and fandom, right? So prediction markets can sort of explain where we are in terms of what's important. So these are rocket fuel. These cultural touch points, they're rocket fuel for people to fall into the use cases of Web3 and cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, where it's inescapable now. It's equal parts like Oracle and outrage machine, and you can use it for entertainment. You can just watch the prediction markets, and culture moves really fast, and prediction markets are popping up every single day and new things to bet on. So this is why you need AI automation. So our OpenServ is sort of giving you a way to ingest this, consume it, and analyze it in a way that's not going to stress you out. Like I don't even read my X feed anymore. I just use an OpenServ tool that was made by one of our accelerator teams, and it just tells me on Telegram exactly what I need to see from my feed. That's really important. And so this is your vibe, your life with an AI agent, literally like saving you time. So if your mind is not blown yet, then it's because you haven't tried it. So open up platform.openserv.ai and jump in.
So what we're looking at here is basically the report, the overall report that we saw. It's crazy. It's like, I don't know. It isn't only me, but is it really like?
It's funny because you and I are both on the edge of our seats reading this.
Look at this.
Like,
like
wow.
Correlation and insights. It's
public discourse may influence market behavior. So this is another thing. A month or two ago, we had a partnership with Lunar Crush, right, where we were ingesting. Right. Our platform was taking in 30 million social media posts an hour, and that data is being fed into OpenServ every hour, still to this day. And Lucas and Tim were talking about this behind the scenes, and we even got the attention of the media from our conversation because this is bigger than prediction markets. It's bigger than just finance. It's that social sentiment, the things that people say at the water cooler or on social media, they are actually colliding with finance at a macroeconomic level, at a geopolitical level. So finance is not just finance. It's not just traditional finance anymore. Conversation and social media have now collided with the world of economics. And this is because of blockchain. I'm sorry, but it's coming back to Web3. And OpenServ is the only AI automation tool that has Web3 connectivity. So you can make your own beast here and be a part of the monster.
Ooh, I love that. Did you think of that before, or did you improvise?
Listen, I'm from New York City. I grew up freestyling. So anybody's curious, you want to battle me, let's go. All right. I'm just kidding. I'm retired.
So, this is again a one-shot thing. I'm not going to show any more one-shot prompts, but I'm going to show you a couple of the other stuff that I built playing with this. So I'm going to share my window now.
Yeah.
Instead of a single tab, because I have like several others. I think it's this one. Yep. It's there. So someone was asking in the chat about data about Galatasaray winning the Champions League. As everyone knows, I'm a huge Galatasaray fan. And this was practically one of the first things that I built with these agents. And I had the Sora 2 agent to create a video for me. And what I noticed is last week on the stream, you didn't hear the audio of these windows, of these videos.
Yeah, it came out as static.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why. I don't know if it's something I need to do while sharing my screen. Actually, let me have a look. Well, it's open. It's like, oh, share system audio. It's a different thing. Okay. Now maybe it's going to work again. Let me try again.
Let's see. Not every software is as easy to use as OpenServ.
In the Galatasaray Champions League market, the biggest moves came from 3 wallets. The largest stake, 0x4B0D, backed yes and exited slightly down, realizing a...
Did you hear it?
Yeah. Whoa. And I'm getting feedback from my voice now. As much as I love to hear it.
You're getting feedback from your voice?
I hear myself echoed now that you share the system audio.
But
I can actually mute it, I think.
Yeah, I guess you can mute it.
How about now?
Wait, test 1 2. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So like crazy video. No, like it's now that you muted it, I can actually play it again. Like look at this. obviously the numbers here, it's Sora, it might not be just correct, but like this is crazy, man. This is you can get your personal news feed with this.
And your personal entertainment.
Exactly. And the numbers that it's talking about are actually correct. Like you see it in the P&L analysis. We have the Polymarket P&L agent here to have a look at, like, to analyze who's winning and losing on the bets. And the script that you hear is actually correct. The visuals, it's very difficult for Sora. Obviously, it's AI. AI hallucination is something real in the image and video space. But the text, the script, is actually giving you factual data that we fetch from Polymarket. This is
wow,
next level.
So this is a product that you can sell, right? If you want to make your own company right now, just using one of our agents to produce these reports or these videos and sell it to, a local news media or your, local team, high school team, whatever you want to do, right? You can actually help a local business with anything you want with these agents. And so back in my day, yeah, go ahead.
I also did this with One Shot. Like I didn't do it on the stream. I did it before the stream, but this was One Shot.
Okay, and remember, guys, One Shot is when you just type a prompt and the agent has a 100% just throughput, and it gives you that result, that desired advertisement, I guess you could call it, of your own prediction market. Video with a full, Sora 3.1, or was it VO 3.1 just came out? VO 3.1 came out, I think, literally 36 hours ago, and it's already connected to an agent with OpenServ. Yeah. So you can use the best, latest technology for video AI creation live right now, and it's not going to take you 2 weeks to get the flow to work on N8N or Agent Kit. It will work in one prompt on OpenServ today, and you just saw that.
Right.
And you don't have to, just while we're talking about sports, right? Back in my day, you used to have to actually read articles and look at the statistics. Here's how many assists that, Ronaldo had. And you would brag about, hey, I read this article and I saw this data. And you were the smartest person for 24 hours at your office or at school because you read that article. But now you can actually produce a series of videos every hour that chills your perspective on why Gala is the best team to win the Champions League this year.
And in this one, this is like, all of these examples are One Shot. I just didn't have time. I'm going to tell you when it's not One Shot. This is about NBA markets and trying to come up with an investing strategy. And here I asked it to create a Twitter thread out of like all the research and everything about this investment strategy. And what we're seeing here, the format isn't good, but we could actually tie the Twitter integration and this could create a thread. I just didn't want to do it because for last week's episode, I created several Twitter threads and people took them for real. And I was like, I just don't want to spam Twitter, okay? And this is not a topic that I would write. And I don't have a dummy account that I can use. So, but it's very easy, very straightforward to just connect the Twitter integration. And this becomes a thread on Twitter. So content for you automatically.
And on that note, right, because I'm a huge NBA fan. My wife and I try to watch every game possible, try to go to a game every year. And this right here, if you've played fantasy basketball or you're just interested in sports in general, a lot of people will bet on games based on, oh, I love LeBron James, so the Lakers are going to win tonight. But if you're really into sports and you follow the entire season, there's tons of injuries. And it's really not even about which players are on which team or how their statistics are going. It's really up to date, up to the minute. Is this person injured? Are they even going to play? Is that ankle going to really, really hamper them the rest of the season? And a lot of this investing strategy has really acute and literally up to today's latest injury news. I'm seeing things about Bam Adebayo and the Westbrook signing. This is something that if you're investing in NBA or betting or prediction markets, I mean, literally, this is the best data of the day that you can find on the
Yeah.
internet.
And this was also one shot. So do what you want
One
with
shot
that
winner.
information.
Yeah, we need a one shot meme or a sound effect we can put on.
So I did one for Oscars, who's gonna win, and so on. Again, unfortunately, I'm not very much into movies, but you can see some research here,
Nice.
some outputs. Another one,
And
Googling. Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to touch on the video that you created there, right? Because you can make a video of Taylor Swift. Oh, you know, is she going to be in an Oscar-winning film next year, right? Hopefully, it's not. We don't have a repeat of Cats, but the videos that we're making here, because if you've ever used VO3 or VO 3.1, which just came out, or Sora, I have used them. I have spent my own money trying to make them work, and they are very expensive to get wrong. You have to get those prompts right, and once you find the formula, you're sort of married to it. But you can skip wasting your own money by trying to use these platforms directly by using the reasoning that is inherent in OpenServ. Let the agent get it right for you in one shot.
Yep. This thing is crazy, man. I just love playing
It
with this.
is.
That's why.
It is. I mean, essentially, that's what Armand is revealing when he's showing us his agents, that he's just playing with toys, and
Yeah.
you know, you can get paid to do it too.
One was Google top search market analysis. You know, what's going to be trending on Google search. It's crazy. I don't know. There's another one, whale activity and strategy insights. Identify whale
folks
wallet
who would love to see that.
Yeah, in poly markets, sports markets, retrieve today's events, extract. These are all one shot, by the way. I haven't touched any of them at all. Analyze whaling moment in today's trades and recommend data-driven investing strategy, so on and so forth. I'm actually not sure I remember the output of this, so let's see. Interesting.
I mean, how many whale alert X accounts are there?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many signal bots on Telegram and on X, and they are slower and dumber than this that you can produce every single minute if you really wanted to.
So this was I just remember this was for MLB games, and you know, this is the history summary, and then you have the complete order history data to analyze with any agent or to analyze on your own. I mean, this thing is like endless potential. It's crazy. So you know,
also,
we are where we are.
I'm going to add a conspiracy theory in here for a second, because people are always talking about, is boxing fixed? Are the fights really happening? Right. And there was a kid who went viral for Googling the results of a fight. I think it was a Jake Paul fight. While the fight was happening, it was live, right? And in the middle, he Googled it, and Google had produced Jake Paul was the winner of the fight on this date before the fight was over, and he ended up winning the fight. So the question became, you know, are these results already live somewhere on the internet? Well, if you use OpenServ, you can scrape this before anybody else. I mean, listen, if you're really hardcore.
Come on, are we going to cave into conspiracy theories now?
Yes, we have to, because Back to the Future, right, is a great movie, and a big part of that is betting, right? If you went back in history and one person, you know, got ahead just a squidge above everybody else into what's going to happen, you can change your life, change the world.
Crazy.
So yes, everybody can become a degenerate gambler if you want to with OpenServ. That's not why we built it, but you can always also use it to find out, who do you think is going to win the next Oscar, Best Actor? What's the best movie of the year? And the research here is incredible. It's fast. It's good. The reports are useful. You can use them to create unlimited amounts of content. But what you're now seeing is the immediacy of AI research. if you have to spend 2 weeks or just 2 days, let's actually give these other workflow tools the benefit of the doubt. Let's say you're really experienced and you can put together a great workflow from scratch, from beginning to end, in a day, right? You're still too late for everything that happened today. With OpenServ, in one shot, you can actually find incredible research and make incredible content with the latest AI automation tools and video creation tools or podcast creation tools or PDF creation tools in seconds.
And the thing is, like, I don't have to know how these things work. I don't have to know how to wire them together, right? Like, I just say, hey, I want this. And this was another one-shot workflow. Build a Telegram bot that listens on /markets messages, fetches today's sports markets with the sport markets agent, and sending a report back to Telegram. And now this ran, and I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to, unfortunately, again, I don't know how to share multiple screens. This is something we need to fix for next week. I'm going to show you my bots. Maybe I can do it like this. Yeah. So I just sent the markets message 2 minutes ago, and this is what I got. This is again, this thing is one shot, so it's not as detailed maybe as I would have liked. There's more data on the platform, but yeah, basically the summary is here for NBA. I don't even know what CFB is. NHL, NFL, MLB. What?
College football.
College football. All right, interesting. I learned so many things today. So, just one-shotting a Telegram bot. And
that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, we had an accelerator for people to build Telegram bots, and we had the Berlin Hackathon, which you pioneered. And imagine if this platform was live during, wow.
Yeah. All right. Haha. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, this was Trump Zelensky thing. This one is secret. I don't want to show it to you right now. But I actually want to talk about this specific deep research bot that I built. It's actually not one shot. It started out as a one shot bot, but I extended it. And the goal here was to show everyone a little bit of an advanced usage of the platform. And this is, again, a Telegram bot. It just, the one-shot message was build a Telegram bot that does deep research using Caesar research agents on any topic that you receive from Telegram, and send the response via Telegram. Okay, so that was the one-shot part. But then I want this to be an actual useful Telegram bot that not only does research like the one that we did before, like /markets, but I wanted to know me, and I wanted to remember me, and I wanted to remember all the searches that I did, and I wanted to also talk to me about other things and not just doing research. Like, I want a bot that acts more human than a bot, and that not only works on /commands. That's why I built this. Maybe I can actually show you. It's the same bot, by the way, the same one that I'm using for /markets. I'm going to ask it a math question. What is the result of? You're not seeing this on screen, unfortunately, because I have Telegram on another window, but we're going to see it running here. Of course, I need to put it in run mode first. Don't forget, lads, put your workspaces in run mode first. Because if you don't put it in run mode, Telegram will not trigger. There's design mode, which allows you to make changes, and then there's run mode, which actually runs your workflow. So make sure you are in run mode in the workflow. And I'm going to ask it, what is the result of 7 times 4? And we have the general assistant here with one task, clarifying message type. Okay. And this is something that we haven't shown before. But in fact, if you go to the details of this general assistant, there are actually two different output options. One is a research request if the message mentions a new topic to do research, and two, if it's a chat message. If the message content is asking for clarifications on previous research, or if it's general chat. So this is two separate branches. Okay, and you just add a new output option just by typing what you want. If you remember, last week we also had a look at agent kits. There was like some if-else weird things with a lot of options. It was very difficult. Here, you just click text. Obviously, since this is in run mode, I cannot do that. Let me take it to design mode and open this clarify message type. You might want to have a third output of this, and you just say what you want to do with it, and when the agent should choose that option, and that's all. What it's called, and what it should do, and that's it. I'm not gonna pick it right now, but those become your output options. And if we go back to the workflow, you can tie them to different tasks. So if it's a research request, it should go to Caesar research agent. So now let's ask something. What should we ask for it to research? Research OpenServ's braid architecture initiative. Is it in run mode? Is it in run mode?
Doesn't get more meta than this.
I need to put it in run mode first. Don't forget, lads. Okay. Now you see it. It's clarifying message type. And you see this branch is canceled because it's not a random chat message. It's a research request. So now Caesar will do this. And I'm going to get the response using the general assistant.
So we've got clones of the same agent that are kind of working on different specialties.
Yes.
And have different focuses and know their place and how to collaborate.
Yeah.
Wow. Reasoning in motion.
So this is producing its output. Caesar takes a very long time. Last time we ran this, you saw it came back with 74 sources. It produces really, really long text. So I'm not kind of sure how long this is going to last. Usually it takes 2, 3, maybe even 4 minutes. But yeah, this is working on the task. And meanwhile, I can tell you more things about the advanced setup of this workflow. Now, what I want to showcase is what we didn't talk before: sessions. Now, what is a session? Groups related trigger events into sessions. You can combine multiple values if you want a more refined session ID. But events with the same computed session ID share conversation history and are processed in sequence. What does this message tell you, Ryan? I'm sure you're seeing this for the first time.
Yeah, it's new.
What does this tell you? Events with the same computed session ID share conversation history and are processed in sequence.
Like they're understanding each other's historical context in real time.
Yes, but here's the real situation. What happens when you receive a new message is, if we look at here, we get a new execution. Like, the theory of this is each new message triggers what we call a new run. So when you receive a new Telegram message, the entire workflow runs on its own. But obviously, what could happen is, well, I actually got a very, very long, amazing report. I'm going to share Telegram in a second. What happens is you might be running multiple of these sessions together because you're building a bot, right? Multiple people can interact with that. 10 people can interact with that bot, right? Maybe more. And that's why you have concurrency settings. So you can choose how many people can access your workflow at once, simultaneously. You can say, well, 3 people can use my tool at the same time, because maybe you have some limitations on your APIs. Maybe you have some limitations on your agents. You might not want to run hundreds of requests together,
or
right?
GPUs.
You can actually, yeah, exactly. So you can actually limit them here. And here's the thing. Each of these things, these executions, become a session, and they all get their own file system. Because multiple users triggering these bots or these workflows will ask for different files, different research outputs, different videos, right? We never want user data to mix with one another. So the file system is actually specific to each session. So if I send this Telegram bot a message and it generates a file, that file will not be active the next time it receives a message because all of the runs are separate. And that's why we have the session identifier expression, because we want to group them, because we want this bot to actually know the users and keep knowing things about them. So all the files, all the research, all the history, all the messages they send end up in the same directory, in the same file storage. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's wild that you thought of that.
So the way you do that is, I know this is a little bit technical, but I have to show you these things because there is a lot of innovation here.
Please.
The way you do it is you go to a trigger, you want to edit it, and there is a button here up top that allows you to collect sample data. You turn this on, okay? And then you listen for a message. Let me send a message from Telegram. I sent hi, and you see it here. I immediately received that message here. Hi. Now, we have a sample message. This doesn't only work for Telegram. This works for Slack messages, calendar, Gmail, whatever trigger you have. Now that we have the sample data, let's have a look at what is unique about this data so that we can define a unique ID for our users so we can put together all the sessions, and so that all the files that user sends, all the queries that user sends will end up in the same session. It's the chat ID. Now, this is called JSON, and you can see the text is here, but it has what we call metadata. It's inside an event property, event chat ID. This is a unique value, okay? So if you take this and have a look at this session identifier expression here, actually, I need to stop listening first. Yeah. If you look at the session identifier expression here, there's even automated completion for the sample event. So you don't really need to know coding, okay? This requires you to read these messages clearly because it tells you what to write here. Put a curly bracket. You put a curly bracket and you get an object. Event, chat, ID. That's it. I want this to be my session identifier. That's it. Now, I click cancel because I didn't make a change, but it's basically there. Now, whenever I send a message, it's going to be treated as the same session. And look at this here. we have another command here, another configuration. How many workflows can run at once for the same session? So you can actually limit spam messages. If you put it to 1, there can only be 1 active message from Telegram from the same user. The other users, you can have up to 3 users here. But the same user can send only 1 active message. So you actually prevent them from spamming your bot. If you want to be more generous, you can say, you can send me 2 messages at once. And it's actually going to do that. Isn't it crazy?
I think we need to pause here because it's amazing that Armand is finally getting. We can be deep with you. We can be technical with you. But thank God I don't need to code here. But I love that Armand is showing this because this is exactly how it began. This began with a one-shot prompt, right? Just a prompt, just like you use in ChatGPT, folks. And you take that to a truly agentic system. He created an automation, and then he gave it memory, self-awareness, a sense of purpose. He had clones of the same agent with different intents and different personalities, essentially, and how they react to different prompts, right? So when Armand says sessions here, what we're setting up is they're like conversations with memory, it seems like, right? So every time you or a user sends a message to a Telegram bot to trigger an event, OpenServ can spin up a new run. And that run is self-contained. Right. It has its own workspace, its own reasoning. It has its own, and I love that, its own file system. Okay. Because that opens up a whole new can of worms. So if 10 different people are chatting with the same bot or agent, each one gets their own clean, isolated environment. And I have to ask, is there no overlap here? Is there any data leakage? Is there any mix-ups that can happen here?
No, they're all completely isolated. And you don't need a backend for this. You don't need to have your own servers. You don't need to have your own databases. It just works out of the box with OpenServ.
So that's where the session identifiers come in, right? Because what you're showing us with the curly braces here is you're telling the system what defines a session.
Exactly.
If a new message comes in that fits the same session ID, then we don't have to start from scratch. It remembers what happened before in that session and continues reasoning from that context.
Right.
Okay, that's
so. Bonkers. This was the research. I know it's bonkers, but it's not all. I have more to show you. So this is the research that we got from the bots. I'm going to show you.
Whoa.
See, it's sent back to Telegram chat. I'm going to show you in Telegram in a little bit the output, but what I actually want to show you is something else. At the end of these tasks, after sending the response, I have 2 more tasks to append the message to a file called history.json. I'm technical. I'm an engineer. That's why I called it history.json. You could call it anything. You could just say, save these messages to a file, because I want this agent to remember the chat history.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the history.json here, you see all my messages per user. And you also see what I tried before, obviously. Wait, when I wanted to prepare for this, all the messages that I asked for, I actually got amazing daily Berlin news. I actually want to set this up as a daily Telegram bot, because I'm out of touch with my city. I live in Berlin and I love it, but I don't follow the news. And it was so good. The response was so good. But you see the recent ones here. 7 times 4 and a research request on braid architecture. So basically, what you see here is an entire history, and now it knows who you are, it knows what you have asked, and you can, in natural language, speak to your bot and ask it anything about these messages. So I'm going to do something, some trick that I haven't tried yet. I'm just trying it for the first time. I'm going to ask, from our chat history, list all the mathematical questions I asked you. And let me put it in run mode again.
And this is so much deeper than just a session with an LLM. And
exactly.
memory.
Yeah, exactly. Like this can do so many things. And again, you immediately start earning money with this because all of these agents are running in your accounts. And like if you build an agent and put it on the platform, whenever that agent does something, you earn money. And you can, put a payment wall on the spot and also let people subscribe and build a business out of it. This is crazy. So you saw that this was a chat request, so it took the chat message route. Let me share the Telegram window again.
Yeah. And so for people who are following along, sessions are conversations with memory, typically with a chat agent or an LLM. But here, sessions are agents with memory of you specifically. And if you make a workflow and you share that workflow with different people, you can actually segment what triggers different events or session IDs. And then the runs are the individual executions of that workflow. And these file systems, which are just incredible, means that now there's private storage per user or per conversation, which is extremely important if you are creating an app and you want only certain people to have it. And I think if you want to see OpenServ partner with some GPU providers, leave us a message in the Telegram. I did want to take a second, and we did get a bunch of comments in the Telegram real quick. I wanted to give a shout out to Chameleon, who said, everyone interested in prediction markets should be using OpenServ. I can't hate on that, Chameleon. You're 100% spot on there. Marcel said, great things take time and the future's being built right here. Couldn't agree with you more. Chameleon again, Polymarket should definitely give OpenServ a call. Okay, my number is +1 9. Okay, I'm already doxed. You guys don't need any more information. Heart Healer said, better we reach out to them and show them a demo. Okay, you let us know if you're going to help us. And also heard somebody say that one prompt on 100% through play is insane. No other platform is even close to OpenServ. That's from RWA plus AI Maxi. And these are live comments on our Telegram here. So folks, 2,800 fans here. But let me tell you, these are not just true fans. These are true AI pioneers. These are people who are thinking about the future of our world in a deeper way. And this platform is for you. It's for these people.
Yep. I'm just amazed by the capabilities. I feel like Dr. Frankenstein who built a monster, except this monster actually works for humanity. So this was my conversation with my bots, and I asked it for the result of 7 times 4. We know that. I asked for research on OpenServe's Braid initiative, and it looks way better on Telegram with sources, and like you can click these sources and immediately see everything. And I mean, this is just crazy, man. Like, talks about benchmark performance results. I didn't do anything for these things. It's just available on the platform. I just said, just research this topic and tell me what you found, Caesar. And it just did that. And then this was the test message. Hi. And then I sent another message from our chat history. List all the mathematical questions I asked you. And here it is. Here's a list of mathematical questions from our chat history and nothing else. So it also knows who this person is. This is significant because I didn't write a single line of code for this. Everything is handled by OpenServ, and everything is agentic. Everything is intelligent. Everything is reasoning. And this is a workflow that you can expand, build on over time, so that it's way more sophisticated and can do way many more things. It's just unbelievable, man. This is crazy. And one last thing that I'm going to show you is, yes, the other bot is open. This was for the deep research workflow, right? The
Yep.
other workflow is still active on /markets. So in fact, the same bot can work with multiple workflows. And in a couple of minutes, we're going to see the markets output here. It's running in the background right now.
That's
so you can
wild.
actually build multiple workflows for the same bot to be, razor sharp specifically for a topic. It's, I don't know.
What's
Crazy.
insane is, I used to be head of brand and comms for Ton Foundation for that
Right.
that built the Web3 ecosystem in Telegram. We launched it together, and this should be instrumental to what they're doing. They should be advertising this like crazy, and there's really no limit to what can be built here. I'm floored by the amount of potential here, and that there aren't more of us being playing with this every single day. You can do anything here.
Yep. Now the last task is running. I hope we're gonna see here it is again. So this is the output of the other workflow. Again, not as detailed as I would have liked, but I mean, this was a one-shot prompt. I didn't even write anything detailed about it. I could just say, be a little bit more detailed about this. But here we are. This is
there you go. And if you're a builder, and you want to make some extra cash, just use the OpenServ platform, join a hackathon, and don't tell anybody you use OpenServ. Okay, just act like you built it yourself, and you will win every hackathon for the rest of 2025 and probably 2026 because our moat is so crazy at the moment. And this is, and I want to, we've been talking for a while about these agents, and there's unlimited possibilities here. And I've also been hinting at the fact that and everything Armand has showed us from sessions and concurrency and the file isolation and the reasoning context, all of that is scaffolding. It is not just about making a Telegram bot smarter. It's really the infrastructure of something way bigger. I mean, we've built the bridge to, I think we're ready to talk about it, on-chain agents. Did I say a naughty word there? On-chain transactions with AI.
Wait, I wasn't listening. What did you say?
Am I cursing here? Because I'm not supposed to be. This is not something that exists. If I talk to hedge funds and VCs and large scale investors and institutional investors, and they've seen 1 million decks about AI, 1 million pitches about AI tools and LLMs and what's going to be the next big thing, and they have never seen anything that is real, that is a bridge to cryptocurrency on-chain agents, blockchain, and AI truly coming together on chain. And the reason that OpenServ, I'm going to open the floor for you to correct me if I'm wrong here. The reason that OpenServ can do this, and frankly, no one else in the world can do it in one fell swoop, is because of all of this architecture that we've been talking about for the past 6 episodes. This is how it was designed from the start, which really shows just how freaking far ahead you guys have been for over a year.
So it is true. And also, like, a lot of people are asking us about on-chain transactions and like agents that can do on-chain transactions, right? We've been thinking really, really hard about that topic for a very long time, practically, literally since before we started writing a single line of code for OpenServ. And we're an actual company. We're a real company. We're doxed people. We have all careers of ourselves. And we're honest people. And we want to do a really good job there and secure whatever you would like to expose to an AI platform, right? So even if you have AI agents working on your behalf, they might do some mistakes and they might cause you a lot of money and a lot of trouble and so on and so forth. So the real question there is, how can you make this really secure? What is the best way to secure people's investments, right? And it's almost a weird question because we know all of these data breaches have happened for even the biggest exchanges, right? So it's a very difficult challenge, and it's something that we're treating really gently really kindly. And still, I think I can show you one last demo for today's session before we wrap up. What do you think? Wait, I don't hear you now. Is it me or is it the stream too?
Oh, how about now?
Yes, works.
And I would love to get to that real quick. We did have a question from another amazing community member, Killer Bees, who said, can we validate whether storing a session identifier in JSON is compliant with security and privacy standards? I'm concerned about the potential risks if the value can be tied to user data or used to re-identify users. Put you on the spot there.
So the thing is, wait, don't show this.
Oh,
let's answer this question first.
yeah.
The thing is, this is practically true for every single application out there that stores information about you, your chat history, your session history, ChatGPT, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, whatever. Like any application that you're using with an account practically has this data. And obviously, how we're using this is through a Telegram bot that you create yourself. That is your bot. You are the developer of that bot. And in legal terms, OpenServ is a data processor for you. So it's for GDPR. It's a context in data privacy laws. So you are responsible for everything that you're doing towards the clients. And you're saying to your clients, you would have a privacy policy, basically. You're saying that we're using OpenServ as a data processor. And OpenServ stores your data and processes your data and so on and so forth. So in that regard, this is not any different than any other application platform out there. And obviously, by this extension, you have all the legal responsibilities towards your clients or whoever is building the bot. But OpenServ is practically the best way to build these bots and make money with them.
Beautiful.
I don't know if that was a good explanation.
I get it. We'll see if Killer Bees follows up with us. But yeah, we'll let you
Okay.
we'll let you get to the grand finale.
All right. Oh, the grand. So let's share the screen. I think it's still on.
Let's do it.
So if you're able to zoom out a little bit, like, does this show the entire? It doesn't show the entire window, right? It just shows the tab because I picked the wrong one.
No, I can zoom out.
Let me show. Okay, then
here we go.
Let's
there you
try
go.
this again. Okay, let me try to extend this a little bit. Okay, so this is the secret workflow that I wanted to that I mentioned in the beginning that I didn't want to show. It was an empty workflow. I didn't really one-shot anything because I just wanted to play with an agent that I developed and that is private to my account, that runs on my own servers, that I can talk to. And maybe if I need to zoom in here, I'm talking about a Web3 agent. Now, does this work? It doesn't work. Oh, shit. I wanted this to work so bad. You know what this is, right? Like, what am I hovering on?
That's MetaMask, isn't it? I know that, Fox.
Yes, this is MetaMask. But unfortunately, okay, let me share my entire screen, okay? Sure. Because I really want to show you this. Why is it so difficult, Chrome? Like, I'm sharing my window. Why don't you share everything in that window, including extensions? I hope nothing weird will pop up.
You know that they've got their own investments to worry about, so they're hacking us right now. We're shadow agents, right? We're always being hacked. Okay.
Obviously, my screen is too big, so it probably won't mean anything. But I'm still going to show it because this has to work with.
And you gotta love.
Oh, maybe you can zoom in, right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, that's how we're gonna do it.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Then maybe you can zoom in actually before sharing it live on TV.
When you said Web3 agents, I got goosebumps there.
So if you can, no, that's not
infinity.
Yeah, but if you can zoom into the top left corner.
Sure, let me give it a shot.
Yeah, zoom in
That's
more.
As much as I got, I think.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Anyway. Okay. I know this is weird, but we didn't build this tech. Okay. If we had built it, it would work much better. So what I wanted to show you here is a MetaMask wallet. Okay.
Whoa.
We have some tokens here, and we have some money in this wallet. And I have an agent, the Web3 agent, that I actually can talk to. And the last message I sent it was, could you please swap this much ETH to serve? And it did that and gave me the transaction hash. Now, this is still a very early preview of this technology, but we're working on this. And let me put it here. But we're working on this, and what I would like to do is to hopefully make it available to everyone, so they can run their own agents locally, then do transactions.
Wow. Can you say that again? Because that just, I think maybe I was hearing things, but it sounded like magic and miracles.
Well, I mean, I want people to be able to do this, right? Can you please swap? Let's go big this time. ETH to serve. I think you're not showing that part on the screen.
I think I do see it. Oh yeah, that part. Yep. It's the most typical
so
swap that everybody's making, obviously, right?
Exactly. So I want the agent to be able to, I want everyone to be able to do this, basically. And right now, wait a second.
They want you to move to base.
Yeah, exactly. Base is great.
OpenServ platform loves base. Okay, you saw it here first. The agents love base.
So, don't know what's going on. Maybe it's maybe because of the amount. Let's try this again.
You said you were going to go big. They want you to go huge.
Yeah. The thing is, obviously, we are thinking of. Interesting. I don't know. Let's try something else. What dot did I have here? I think I had Brett, right? Can you swap 500 Bretts to ETH? Let's try this one. So what I want is everyone to get access to this technology. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it has something to do with my local deployment, but basically, I'm very happy that I had this in the chat. And this transaction hash is legit. You can actually look it up. So I'm very happy if this can run securely for people, right? So we're thinking a lot about security measures because this is going to be an agent. It's going to run, even if it runs locally, it's going to be on the platform. Even if it's private to you, it's going to be tied to other autonomous agents. So we're constantly thinking, how can we secure these operations? We're going to reveal more when time is due. But basically, this agent will allow you to do transactions on chain and see its effects in your wallet when you can, when it works. And yeah, that's basically a preview of what is coming.
Wow.
This was a work that we started really, really early on, and I need to debug, of course. Like, I'm not sure why it's claiming that it's not available on base. Of course it is, but yeah, this is basically where we are.
Well, this is the most incredible teaser we've ever had for the next episode of Shadow Agents. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, will the on-chain agent work? Will you be able to use Web3 with AI? Tune in next week. I think we should just drop the mics there. This is more than a simulation. This is more than a testnet demo. This is a Web3 agent on OpenServ actually executing on-chain transactions for you, and we are making sure that it is just as safe as the rest of the platform is. So when you eventually type, can you swap this much ETH to serve, the agent will do more than generate the intent. It will construct the swap, sign the transaction, submit it directly to the blockchain,
right,
and do all the fun things.
Exactly.
So we want to make sure that every agent runs inside its own sandboxed session with its own wallet and key management, and that the transactions are, of course, auditable and signed only from that user session. So and you saw the hash, and it verified it on chain, and you can see the result in your wallet and on the ledger. And the safety net is what makes OpenServ unique, and we hope that we will keep it really safe. So if you can tell the agent to perform real blockchain actions, swaps, staking, contract calls, minting, buy me this NFT that's about to drop, and actually watch it happen in your wallet, then that's fully verifiable, no middleman, no backend engineering. I mean, this is the culmination of everything that we've built at OpenServ. Reasoning gives it intelligence. The platform sessions kind of give you that context and security, but the Web3 agents, they really put the cherry on top with the execution layer. So again, I need to emphasize this for folks who have made it all the way here, that you did not waste your time. This is the first time in history that you can go from a one-shot prompt, natural language, to reasoning, to a blockchain transaction, all in one place. And I think that's a great and fitting end to this chapter. OpenServ we've moved beyond just being an automation workflow platform. This is more than an AI platform. This is the first and the only agentic infrastructure where agentic intelligence and capital can move together. So it's not just talking to bots, not just playing with Telegram, not just making cute videos. We're talking economic movement, prediction markets, and agents that will collaborate with each other that can think and decide on your behalf and transact safely. So, and everything that's on chain is traceable, right? And I need to really commit this to memory for you. OpenAI is not building this for you. Okay. Claude and Google and the traditional companies, they're not building this for you. They're not building Web3 connectivity. It is not going to come to their platform anytime soon. And to do this with any other platform that exists with AI automation, it's completely impossible. It's such a headache. And you're never going to be able to lace up all of these tools to work together with any of these other tools or platforms on a day-to-day basis at the speed of crypto and Web3. You know that this industry is moving faster every second. So this is truly the agent economy we've been talking about coming to life, coming right at you. You just saw how close we are to it, and it's live. It's right here on OpenServ, and we're just making sure that it's perfect for you. So tune in next week. Armand, you really did it again. You really lived up to the standard of more agents, more surprises, and more history being made. Congratulations to you so far. And can't wait to see what you come up with next.
I have to obviously thank my team. This is not a single man effort. There's a big team working behind the scenes to make this happen. So again, shout out to everyone involved. Joey, obviously, our head of blockchain.
Shout out to Joey.
Bator. Like there's everyone, Erkin, Ilkay, David. The team is amazing, and I just love being with them. Sushan is doing a great job. We have Dan and Ari. So it's not only the founders, me or Ryan. Like there's a big team. Our social media content team, like the videos on X are so mind-blowing. I love their work. We have Raul and May there. We have Ian. It's a large team, and we're pouring our hearts and souls into this every single week. You see demos and updates, new agents, new capabilities, new ways of thinking about AI, new results. And every week, I also suffer a lot from imposter syndrome. Every week, I'm like, will I be able to do a good job this week? Will it be satisfying? But obviously, this is teamwork, and the team is doing an amazing job. Just like the bearer of the news, and I maybe contribute a little bit here and there to the platform. But yeah, they're doing a huge job, and I'd like everyone to give a round of applause for the team behind this. Wouldn't be possible with just wouldn't be possible without this dream team. And yeah, let's see what we're gonna cook next week.
Yeah, I just want to say, if you have imposter syndrome, if you're listening and you see Armand talking about imposter syndrome and how authentic, how open we are on these shows, we're showing you live demos. Things can break, crash, ruin the impression we're trying to make, but we're open. We're open to you. We're open to serving you, and that's really who we are internally and externally. And if Armand is struggling with that, so if you're struggling with that, we get it. Like, we're human, right? But Armand, lean into it. It's working for you. It's really working because you're making history here yet again. And yeah, I think that's a really great place to end up. Make sure you follow us on X. Join our Telegram. Join the conversation. It doesn't have to stop here. We know you love the fun. And subscribe to our YouTube. We'll be streaming Shadow Agents every single week coming at you. Unless if we skip, we will let you know on Telegram. But everybody, please go out there and get to making your agent change your life. Go make some income for yourself. Go start a company. You're a founder now. You have a co-founder sitting right here with you. You can run your whole company on autopilot. Armand put his blood, sweat, and tears into this. Now it's time for you to put very little effort and to do what you cannot do anywhere else on the internet. And thanks again for joining us for Shadow Agents episode 6. Stay tuned for number 7.